Jason Tatum coming back tomorrow. See how that shapes up the East. That should be fun, I guess. I think Tatum and Brown are going to have conflicts, 100%. 100%. That's my prediction. We'll see how that goes on as got the Nuggets. You beat the Nuggets double overtime. You were Jokic banked 3 away at the end of regulation away from losing that one. Who knows? Welcome back to Inside the Arc. I'm your host, Matthew Geller. And today, I'm recapping the last 2 games for the Knicks as the last 2 games tell us a pretty interesting story. Just 2 nights ago, the Knicks would take care of business heading on the road against the Toronto Raptors with a solid win, 111-95. It was the game you wanted to see. It was a bit tight towards the end, but this team found a way to pull away thanks to a great Jalen Brunson performance with 26 points, 10 of 22 from the field, and a great overall team win. And they have dominated the Raptors. Now, I'm not going to talk much about that game because I kind of expected us to beat the Raptors. I feel like if you look at past couple of years, we've owned them. Literally since we traded for OG Anunoby, we haven't lost to them. But then came last night. The Knicks would fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder 103-100 in a game that easily could have gone the other way. And honestly, I've got to say it. The officiating in this game was rough. Really rough. And I'm at the point where we're watching the MVP of last year, the finals MVP, scoring leader, whatever you want to call it, I think's best player in the NBA. He gets every single call. I felt like every time he went to the rim, the whistle was coming and it completely changed the game. It was a joke. You couldn't expect anything from these refs. You would just expect them to give OKC the benefit of the doubt. And look, give OKC the credit. They're a great team. But when it comes to a game that close and the refs have to make themselves involved, it's frustrating to watch. That said, here's the important part. Even in a loss, I'm proud of how this Knicks team has been playing lately. They're competing. They're figuring it out defensively as of late, as the defense last night was amazing. And they're going toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the league. So today, we're going to be breaking down the Thunder game, the officiating, and how the Knicks could have still won with the officiating woes, and how now this team heads out west. Let's see what you can do. This orange and blue. Let's get into it. So yesterday, the Knicks would actually, offensively in the first half, not have that great an offensive start. Neither would the Thunder. It was 50-40 at the half. It was a very weird game. I don't know. Because the Knicks flipped the switch in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, meh. I mean, scored 60 and then 40. 40 then 60. I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, Brunson, 16 points, 5 from 18 from the field isn't going to cut it. I get you at 15 assists. That's not going to cut it, though. If you look offensively, no one really cut it, though. So, I'm not going to put the blame. No. I have one thing. And then I'll get into the charge and all that. Why did Diawara only get 3 minutes in the second half? I feel like Diawara deserves more. I mean, the guy's been flat out ridiculous as of late. Guy shot, he wasn't even having a bad game. 3 for 4. He had a positive plus minus. I get plus minus is kind of a bad stat at times, but I feel like the guy just deserves some more minutes. My take. But let me get into the charge and Mike Brown getting a tech. First of all, besides the Muhammad Diawara, Mike Brown, I got no complaints for you. I'm proud of how you responded to that call. And I'm proud of your post-game press conference. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you're the best at looking like you're getting hit when you're not, you know? I mean, this coach, Brunson was standing in at the edge of the paint. Shai coming down to the paint. Shai hammers into him. And you know what the ref calls? Nothing. It's a charge. Shai would have had 3 fouls in the first quarter. 3. And you know what that would have mean? He would have not played the rest of the half, probably. I mean, it was night and day. It was clear. And then, fine, you want to call that nothing? You want to call that nothing? I don't know how it can be called nothing, because he's either blocking him from going to the basket or he's charging into him. But he charged into him. He was standing there for 5 seconds. And if you look at SGA, he goes into Brunson. He starts stopping and throws it up because he knows it's a charge. The whole building knew it was a charge. Now, this team, OG Anunoby drove with like 5 minutes left to cut it was Thunder were up 5 at the time, and he drove, and the guy was still moving his hands when OG is going into him, and you call a charge. That's a no call. Fine, you don't want to call a block, call it a no call. And then you couldn't even call the blocking foul for the Knicks so the Knicks could at least challenge. And Mike Brown finally got his first tech for backing up his players. I love that. Because these refs were flat out terrible. It was a disgusting showing from the Zebras. Wake up. If they've won the finals, they don't need all the calls. Knicks deserve to win that game. However, I'm not going to blame all this whole loss on them. We're going to go into some stats that I really found. Free throw shooting in the fourth quarter, missed 4 free throws. Shamet missed 1, Brunson missed 1, Bridges missed 1. 16 from 22 from the line. It's not great. 73%, it's not great. I have higher standards. I think we all should. We all should have higher standards. That's just not good enough. Offensive rebounding, Karl Anthony Towns, good job. Great job. 8 offensive rebounds, that's amazing. Okay. They held Shea to 26 points, which is fine, I guess. The one problem I have, Chet Holmgren. With Isaiah Hartenstein not playing much because he looked injured, I don't even know my problem. Guy should not be getting open. He made 5 threes in the first. Someone needed to guard him. We didn't do a good job with that. That was one of the reasons we lost. Okay, but now, frustrating loss. Great. I'm proud of how we played, though, so yeah. We got to respond, head out west for 5-game trip, but we leave the West Coast after 4, so we go to Denver, LA, stay in LA, play both the Los Angeles teams, Utah, and then Indiana. 5 games. Denver you should beat. I get it's tough playing Denver. We've done really good against them as of late. They're 38-24. They're quite inconsistent. They don't beat the top teams much. If you go through their schedule, they beat the Celtics. Anyone could beat the Celtics. Jason Tatum coming back tomorrow. See how that shapes up the East? That should be fun, I guess. It's going to make it entertaining for a non-Eastern Conference, but it makes me feel like this is going to be harder to win, obviously, but I think Tatum and Brown are going to have conflicts, 100%. 100%. It's my prediction. But we'll see how that goes on as got the Nuggets. You beat the Nuggets double overtime. You were Jokic banked 3 away at the end of regulation away from losing that one, so who knows. Lakers on the road. They are one inconsistent team. You don't know which Lakers you're going against, so that one should be cool. Clippers, they're no scrub. 30-31, but they were terrible at the beginning of the season. They were 6-21, 15 games under 500. Now they're about to be back to 500. People say they're not that good. They're not that good. They are that good. They are that good. They're good. They're a good team. Kawhi's been on a tear. So tough. Those 3 teams, those aren't easy wins necessarily. So it's going to be tough, but this team has to find a way. But then the Jazz, Pacers, got to get revenge against the Pacers. So I want you to go 4-1. That's my goal and expectation as the Knicks head out west. And it's the second to last time they head out west. They head out west later in the season. Well, not west, Midwest, Charlotte, Oklahoma, Houston at the end of March. And then that's really it for the late games on the road for the Knicks as approaching the end of the season. Playoffs coming up. The home stretch. Knicks got to figure it out. Let's go Knicks. Thank you guys for watching. This is Inside the Arc. I'm Matthew Geller.